It's funny because going into the program, I really thought I was doing everything possible to be healthy. I mean, I was a competitive athlete, but I learned so much and such a great deal from Dr. V and the program. Hi, I'm Mary Money, and I am from Fairfield, Connecticut. Well, I am an avid athlete, a competitive athlete. I actually played on the USA national rugby team, and after I retired from rugby, I became a triathlete, a very competitive triathlete. So I was absolutely living in a healthy lifestyle until I got very shocked by being diagnosed with an aggressive breast cancer. I did not really have access to a lot of alternative care. I did a lot of research, but in the end, I was kind of influenced by the traditional Western medicine community. They did use a lot of fear to motivate me, and I did go through with 12 weeks of chemo, which was absolutely horrible. That was 5 years ago, but that same time frame, I started to become a little bit interested in Dr. V. Somehow I was on her mailing list, and she was having a live conference in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was right after I had completed my 12 weeks of chemo. And I did go to Atlanta. I traveled down there and really didn't know what to expect. But somehow I was drawn to the conference, and it really was life-changing. Learned a lot about breast cancer, learned about all different approaches to really deal with it and conquer it. And that's really why it's called Breast Cancer Conqueror. Dr. V is an excellent teacher. And as you probably know, she has a great team. I signed up for the program and the coaching. I have an excellent coach, Deanne, and my life changed since then. And now I will honestly tell you, I am 5 years out of my breast cancer diagnosis, and I am not afraid of breast cancer. I think I have the right tools, the right knowledge to deal with it if I ever got another diagnosis. But more importantly, I have made some very positive lifestyle changes. She does a lot of research. She's very knowledgeable. And as I said before, she's just an excellent teacher. I'll be honest, sometimes if Dr. V says it, I'll do it. And sometimes I don't even read the research because I trust her. I trust that she has done the research, and I know if she's recommending it, it's probably a good idea. I've really enjoyed working with her and her team the last 5 years. So for me personally, I had such a terrible experience with chemo. I was very sick, very just absolutely miserable. And I also, deep down in my heart, I didn't really believe in it. So in my personal case, I really embrace the more alternative, the more natural approaches. And although I still see my medical oncologist on a very regular basis, I decided not to do any more chemo, not to do radiation, not to do any more surgery. But I do know that those Western traditional methodologies are out there. And not to say I will never ever do that, but right now I think I've had a great experience and a great recovery from doing things the more natural approach. I have indeed recommended the 7 essentials to so many people, not just breast cancer patients, but there is so much great information. The book is great, but that's really the beginning. Working with Dr. V and listening to her talk, attending her workshops and master classes, following her blogs, there's so much information and she stays on top of everything. But back to the 7 essentials, there's 7 categories of taking care of your own health and taking charge of your own life. It makes perfect sense, not overly complicated, and I think that it's a great way of breaking it down and looking at it. My personal coach, Deanne, she does a weekly class. She does it every Wednesday, and every Wednesday she addresses one of the 7 essentials, and she cycles through it. You know, it's kind of a 7 or 8 week cycle. So it's a constant reminder of what we should be paying attention to, what small changes you still can make. I think it's really just a great system that makes a lot of sense.